So the price of Bittensor TAO has been pumping like crazy over the past few days. And yes, this thing did just crash to $120, but it's already up 260% from that low it made during that crazy flash crash that we just saw. And this is also at a time where there is the halving narrative for Bittensor TAO. The first TAO halving is going to be taking place on December 11th, which is just 2 months away. And there's also a lot of buzz and talk about a TAO ETF soon to be approved. So TAO right now is sitting at the #1 rank in all of AI crypto coins. Is TAO really about to break out right now and go to new all-time highs? That's what I'll be discussing in this video. And if it is about to go to new all-time highs, how high will it go? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Empire. My name is Connor. So I've been talking about Bittensor TAO for over 2 years now on the Crypto Empire channel. This is a video, one of my first videos on TAO that I made. We can see the date here. This is the 15th of August, 2023. The price of TAO is $63. This is when I first started filling my TAO bag, as well as many of the subscribers here in the channel that were around back then and members of my private group. Also, here's a tweet I put out on TAO from the 16th of November 2023. When it was first breaking out, this was $160, the price of TAO. Currently, the price is $429, guys. This is why you shouldn't just be subscribed to the channel. You need to be subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of these important updates that I do on a regular basis, right? We might just find the next TAO here early, and you need to be subscribed to the channel. So hit the subscribe button and turn on all the notifications. Now, with that being said, TAO is going crazy right now. It is one of the strongest altcoins in the crypto market, and it's also the #1 AI coin in the crypto market, sitting at rank #1 here with a market cap of 4.2 and was $4.3 billion. Now, one thing to note is the overall market cap of AI coins, it's only $29.5 billion, $29.5 billion. This is so tiny, guys. TAO is set to capture so much value over the coming years. I still see it as crazy undervalued, and I do believe that we're going to look back soon at these prices today and realize how crazy low they actually were. I personally am expecting the overall AI crypto market cap to go to $500 billion to $1 trillion. All right, let me say that again, $500 billion to $1 trillion. Right now it's $29.5 billion. I think AI crypto coins are set to capture so much value, and I think TAO is going to be one of the ones that captures a large majority of it. So with that being said, let's get into some recent TAO news. So currently there's a lot of talk about the Grayscale TAO Trust, and they are currently filling out Form 10. So this is the first step to be compliant with the SEC, boosting transparency, credibility, as well as investor access. So this is a huge step to making a tradable ETF for TAO. All right, so very, very big stuff. Grayscale is an institutional investor, and they have been backing TAO now for years. All right, so that is huge. And also, like I mentioned in the intro to this video, TAO has a halving in just under 2 months' time, around 58 days from now. So the halving is usually a very bullish narrative for Bitcoin, and it looks like it's going to be a very bullish narrative for TAO TAO as well. So with all of this being said, let's talk about the price of TAO. Also, I will mention, I've been covering TAO subnets from the first day they actually did launch back in February of this year, which is another reason why you have to be subscribed to the channel. But in this video, I won't be covering any subnets. We'll leave that for another video. I just want to talk about the price of TAO here and what I see happening. So let's get into it. So looking at TAO on the daily time frame, we can see it's very clearly in a very big range. Now, the range does go back to the start of 2025, around January, February, and the range high is very clearly $500. If we're going to be very technical here, the range high is $495, and that's taken from this previous swing high level from over here back in February of 2025. Now, the range lows are, in my opinion, this is the Bybit perpetual chart. If we look at the spot chart, we can see the actual range lows. So the actual range lows for TAO is down here at like $160. This thing did just come down to around $120, $140, depending on which exchange you're looking at. And if it's the spot chart or the perps chart, this is the BitKit spot chart, and the low over here was $139, and the low on the Bybit perps chart was $119. Okay, so every exchange is going to have a different value. and spot is safer, right? I'm still holding spot TAO from all the way back from 2023. I was buying from like $50 to $60, as I said in the intro to this video. Again, you guys need to be subscribed to the channel. But anyways, right now TAO is in this massive range, and it's at the range highs. So with that being said, there's a lot of excitement around TAO. If you search up TAO on X or Twitter, everyone is saying that this thing is about to blast off and go to new all-time highs. And yes, I would love for that to happen today or tomorrow. However, I'm also realistic, and I understand how this market does work, okay? So being that we're at range high, I would definitely not recommend to FOMO into TAO at all. By the way, I will say that this video, as well as all of my videos, are not financial advice. They are for informational and educational purposes only. But with that being said, I would not be FOMOing into TAO up here at the range highs in supply, because that's what's going on right now. This thing is in supply. So in order for TAO to actually break out and make a new all-time high, currently the all-time high is around $785, again, depending on which chart you're actually looking at here, 780, 785. So in order for TAO to actually go ahead and make a new all-time high, a few things actually have to happen here. First of all, it needs to close some daily time frame candles above these previous swing highs. The previous swing highs in contention do come into play at $461. This one is from the 22nd of July of this year. And the other major swing high is going to come into play at $489, which is from the 12th of May of this year. So right now we just have a move into supply, into the yearly open, which is resistance. And we don't have any candle closes above these major previous swing high levels. Again, I would be very careful to be FOMOing into TAO up here. All right. So with that being said, there are some major support levels to be looking at on TAO. First one is going to come into play at around $350. Okay, there is a bullish breaker block down here. And again, this is right at $350. The daily 200 EMA is not far off. All right, so that's one level. If you're FOMOing now, in my opinion, not financial advice, but you should at least wait for like 350 if you want to be a buyer. Now, the other major level for TAO is this support down here at $297. Okay, this is a level that can very well be revisited. If for whatever reason price does actually reject from resistance up here and you see it come down to 297, that is a very strong level to be a buyer for TAO. Now also, I will mention, if you have the patience to wait, it could take weeks, it could take months. But let's say, for example, just for example purposes, that Bitcoin decided to fill its wick here, right? Fill its wick from this flash crash. And let's say, for example, Bitcoin decided to come back down to 106K, or maybe it wants to completely fill the wick and come down to like $101,000. If that were to happen, I don't think that would be very bullish for any altcoins. Of course, it might not happen, but it's a possibility. So if that was the case and Bitcoin wanted to fill its wick, I think that TAO will likely fill its wick as well from that flash crash we just had. And where's the higher time frame demand sat for TAO? It's currently sat at $240 to $220 down here. Personally, I'm only interested in buying TAO down here in this higher time frame demand. I already have my bags loaded from years ago, much lower. All right, and I'm not interested in chasing after price up here at resistance. If I'm going to be a buyer of TAO, it's going to be in higher time frame demand. That's it. Okay. So if you want to FOMO up here at like 420, 450, I mean, maybe it goes to 490, be my guest. Okay, you might get away with it. However, if you're going to actually take a smart approach to this market, you would wait for lower prices at the levels I did just outline. Not financial advice. Now, in terms of upside potential for TAO, I do think this thing will make new all-time highs. Okay, I am bullish on TAO. That's why I'm, obviously still holding this asset. So with that being said, we can take a look and put some Fibonacci extensions on the chart. And there are some main extension levels, right? There's the negative 618 at $1,169. And the negative 1.618 is coming in at $1,791, basically $1,800. These are major profit levels for TAO. Okay, and I do think these will actually, these have a good possibility of getting hit. But again, we have to take things one step at a time here, and we can't just rush through this, because if TAO is even going to revisit 750 or 780 at the all-time high, it first of all has to clear our red supply zone. It has to clear these previous swing highs. If it gets rejected from here, we know where to be looking lower, right? We got 350, we got 300, 297, we also have 240. I do think this wick likely will get filled, guys, so I think it's smart to have some patience here. All the moon boys, all the people that don't know how to read a chart are going to be calling for this thing to go to the moon. And again, I would love for it to go to the moon right now. But I also can understand what the chart's telling me. And until TAO can clear these previous swing highs in this supply area up to like 495, 500, it ain't going to new highs. But watch it. If it does break out, I'll put out an update video right away to let you know. It's better to actually wait for confirmation of a breakout than be a buyer here. Because if you're a buyer here, you have a very good chance of seeing drawdown of like 20% to potentially like 45, 50%. Whereas if you buy it on confirmation of the breakout, you have a tighter invalidation point. And it's just a better way to approach risk management. But hey, that's just me though. I would love to hear what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. So in this video, we talked about Bittensor TAO, from the halving coming up in less than 2 months to the Grayscale ETF, as well as the price chart and my analysis. Again, drop your comments down below. What do you guys think about TAO? Are you bullish? Are you holding? And what do you think that new all-time high will be? What number will it go to? Drop your comments down below. And if you did enjoy the video, hit the like button. And again, you guys have to be subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any important update videos. So hit that subscribe button and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I'll see you in the next video.